It was the night of the moon. The streets of the city were bright. The markets were full of a strange kind of life. There was light everywhere, sounds, laughter, and happiness. There was a crowd outside the shops. Children were holding bags of new clothes. Some were buying bangles, some shoes, and some perfume. After every few steps, the same voice could be heard. The moon has been sighted. Tomorrow is Eid. But in the middle of all this noise and happiness, a young man was standing quietly at the side of the road. His name was Hamza. He was watching people. Every face was glowing with happiness. But in his heart, a strange question was running. Because he was remembering that just one day before, this same city was something else. During the day of Ramadan, these same streets would become quiet at the time of iftar. People would walk towards the mosque. The rows in Travi would be full. People would become softer. Someone was giving water to others. Someone was sharing food. Someone was silently helping a poor person. It felt like the whole city was trying to become a better human being. But now, in the noise of Chand Raat, Hamza was feeling something strange. Was all of this really just for 30 days? He shook his head and started walking towards home. When he reached home, the door was open. Laughter could be heard from inside. His mother was in the kitchen, cooking food with a sweet aroma. His younger sister was wearing new clothes and smiling in the front of the mirror. Brother, look, how do my clothes look? Hamza smiled. They look very nice. Preparations for Eid were going on in the house, but one thing was clearly missing. Hamza's father was not at home this year. He worked in another city, and because of circumstances, he could not come for Eid. This was not the first Eid he was away from home, but every year it left a small emptiness in the heart. At night, Hamza called his father. From the other side his voice came, "My son, I am wishing you Eid Mubarak in advance. I could not come this time, but I will come next time for sure." Hamza smiled and said, "It's okay, father, we understand." But after the call ended, a quiet emptiness remained in his heart. Because on the day of Eid, there is a special moment, the moment when every son hugs his father. And in that hug, there is a strange kind of peace. The next morning, after Fajr, the house was full of life. The smell of sheer khurma was coming from the kitchen. Children were getting ready quickly. Hamza also went to his room. He wore his new clothes. He looked at himself in the mirror. Then he came outside. Everyone in the house was ready, but near the door, that place was empty where his father usually stood. For a moment, Hamza stood silently. Then he took out his phone and made a video call to his father. After a few seconds, his face appeared on the screen. He smiled and said, "Eid Mubarak, my son." Hamza brought the phone a little closer and said softly, "Eid Mubarak, father." This hug was not real, but still, in that moment his heart felt a strange peace. As soon as he stepped outside the house, the scene of the city had completely changed. People were wearing new clothes, children were running happily, Hail going towards the mosque, After every few steps, someone would meet them, and every time the same beautiful scene would happen. Two people would meet, smile, and hug each other. Eid Mubarak. These words were simple, but they carried a strange kind of love. Outside the mosque, there was a crowd of people. The Eid prayer started. People standing in rows truly looked happy today. After the prayer, people started hugging each other. Some were meeting old friends. Some were seeing relatives after years. A small child was holding his father's hand and saying, "Father, today is Eid, right?" His father smiled and said, "Yes, my son, today is Eid." Hamza was watching all of this. It really was a day of happiness. But then, after a few hours, he saw another scene. Some people were arguing, some had started backbiting, some were again doing the same old things they were trying to avoid during Ramadan. Hamza became quiet. A question came into his heart. How do people become so good in Ramadan? And why do they forget everything so quickly after Eid? In the evening, Hamza was sitting on the rooftop. The sun was slowly setting. Down in the street, children were counting their Eid. Laughter was coming from some houses. Guests were visiting other homes. And suddenly Hamza understood a truth. Eid is not just a day of happiness. Eid is actually a reminder. It reminds us what kind of people we became in Ramadan. More patient, more kind-hearted, more connected to Allah. Maybe this is the real purpose of Eid, that we celebrate happiness. We hug our relatives. We remember our parents, and we also value those people who stay away from us to work for our happiness. Hamza looked towards the sky. The day of Eid was coming to an end, but in his heart, a new feeling had been created. Real success is not that we just passed Ramadan. Real success is that Ramadan changes us. And if Ramadan has truly changed us, then Eid is not just one day of happiness. It becomes the beginning of a new life. And maybe that is why on the day of Eid, people hug each other. Because in that hug, there is not just congratulations, there is also a hidden prayer that Allah gives us the ability to follow the good path we learned in Ramadan for our whole life. Eid Mubarak.